My daughter's best friend was actually her secret sister. Years ago, in our younger days, the ex-wife and I would get drunk pretty wild nights with a coworker and his wife. They'd been struggling to have kids, and one day our friend's wife announced she was pregnant. A couple of weeks later, my wife found out she was too. We kept our friendship quiet after that, and we moved away from there. A few years later, we moved back to the area. One day, my daughter came home from school and she said she'd made a new best friend, a girl who looked exactly like her. They even joked about being twins. And when she told me her name, I froze. It was our friend's daughter. My daughter had befriended her sister, a secret we'd kept hidden for years. But now they're grown. And I know they're suspicious, but we will always continue to deny it.
What is your Tinder horror story? I was a first year in college, met this older girl, and things started off perfectly normal. We hung out, watched Netflix, nothing crazy, just a chill vibe. Afterward, we were texting, and suddenly, she sent me unsolicited nudes. I didn't ask for them. It was kind of out of nowhere, but I wasn't complaining. So she comes over to my place, and then she asks if she can stay the night. I allowed it. Then, when I go to my bed, we start hooking up, and then I wear a condom, finish, and toss it aside. But then she gets up, grabs the condom, and runs into my bathroom. I'm confused, but whatever. Suddenly, I hear a loud crash, and she yells. I ask if she's okay, and get no response. I go to check, and there she is, standing in my shower with one leg propped up, trying to flip the condom inside out and put it back in. She's clearly freaked out and probably embarrassed. I have no clue. I shut the door, and she immediately comes back out, says she's gonna leave, and I say, sounds good. I never hear from her again.
My coffee shop regular turned out to be a stalker. I work at a small coffee shop in town, and there's this regular customer who visits around the same time every day. At first, I thought he seemed harmless. However, one day, I noticed him inquiring about my day with unusually specific details that he couldn't possibly know. Things I hadn't shared with him, such as where I went for dinner or the park where I jogged. I initially dismissed it as a just coincidence, but when he began referencing even more personal information, I became suspicious. To test him, I casually told a coworker that I had lost my house key and had to leave the windows open for fresh air. That night, I heard a noise outside my window and, to my horror, saw him crouched there, as if he was trying to see inside. My heart raced. I immediately called the police, and when they questioned him, he broke down and admitted that he had been watching and following me home for weeks. It turns out he had overheard some of my private conversations and had been tracking my every move. I never felt so violated. The good news, he was banned from the shop and arrested.
Strange man in my childhood photo. While flipping through old family photos one evening, I came across a picture from my childhood, my sister's birthday party, complete with cake, balloons, and smiles, but something was wrong. In the background, a man stood near the doorway. He wasn't in any of the other photos from that day, and I had never seen him before. He looked directly at the camera, his eyes eerily focused on me. I showed my parents and siblings the photo, but they brushed it off. Oh, it's just a weird angle, my mom said. Maybe a neighbor walked by, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Later that night, my phone rang. No number, just a hollow silence. Then a voice, low and familiar, whispered, I know you. My heart raced. I tried calling back, but the number was untraceable. The calls continued for days, each one more chilling. One night, I searched online for any clues and stumbled upon a chilling revelation. The same man from the photo had appeared in dozens of family photos from different households, spanning decades.
Was she my girlfriend or her twin sister? Last night, I experienced one of the strangest moments of my life. I went to my girlfriend's place. Her identical twin sister was there too. I might have had a bit too much to drink, and everything became hazy. By the end of the night, we went to her room and spent the night together. But when I opened my eyes in the morning, only one question echoed in my mind. Was I really with her, or was it her sister? The face I saw looked like my girlfriend's, but as I searched for the slightest difference, I began to doubt myself. I tried to recall the details, but nothing was clear. They looked so much alike that it was impossible to tell which one I had been with. My heart pounded as if it would leap out of my chest. Was I really with my girlfriend, or had I held the wrong person? I slipped away quietly, still not knowing if I was with the right one. Living with this doubt might be one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure.